Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another installment of The Locker Room. I am your host. You already know who it is, man. It's your boy, Reggie. Do me a favor, drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. And stick around to the end, man. This is going to be a very good episode. Now, as you guys can see on the screen, the Los Angeles Lakers had a very, very impressive trade deadline, in my opinion. As you guys can see on the screen, very, very good pickups by the Los Angeles Lakers. D'Angelo Russell makes his return to the purple and gold. Malik Beasley, Jarred Vanderbilt, Mo Bamba. Ladies and gentlemen, I was listening to Chris Broussard, and he made some very, very interesting comments on the Los Angeles Lakers.
You know, D'Angelo hasn't proven that he's like a winner. I'm not calling him the opposite, but he just hasn't.
I know what you mean, right?
In that regard.
So Chris Broussard says that D'Angelo Russell hasn't proven himself to be a winner. I've got to call Chris Broussard out on that one. Chris Broussard, I don't know if you know this man, but before Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving showed up in Brooklyn, D'Angelo Russell was an all-star in Brooklyn. So I have no idea what you're talking about.
And these other guys are straight-up role players. So, again, that's what I compare it to, that Cleveland deal where you got some talent, and these guys pretty good,
right.
but ultimately it's not taking you to where you really want to go.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys remember back in 2018 when the Cavaliers did make that trade, they did make it to the NBA Finals, and the only reason that they lost was because they went up against the Golden State Warriors with Kevin Durant, who I believe cheated for championships when he joined Golden State. I mean, you have a guy in Kevin Durant who was easily a top 5 player in the NBA, and he joins a 73-win team. I mean, no team would have beaten that team, so I don't really understand the angle here.
And Laker fans like Rob G might convince themselves because they finally got rid of the albatross that was around their neck.
The scapegoat.
Right, the scapegoat. Because I always say when you play with LeBron, he's the GOAT and everybody else is the scapegoat.
So let me ask you this, Rob Parker. What was Kyrie Irving in Brooklyn? Was he not the problem? No, seriously. Was Kyrie Irving not the problem with the Brooklyn Nets? Wouldn't everybody say that Kyrie Irving destroyed the Brooklyn Nets? Wasn't he the reason that James Harden wanted out? Didn't he force a trade last summer and then again this year at the trade deadline? And then Kevin Durant follows suit. So who destroyed the Brooklyn Nets? It was Kyrie, right? Is Kyrie Irving the scapegoat? Or is him destroying the Brooklyn Nets just the truth? It's just the truth, right? So y'all are saying that we're trying to scapegoat Russell Westbrook. Nah, man. Russell Westbrook has been on 5 teams in 5 years now, all right? So how did the Lakers make Russell Westbrook the scapegoat, but the Washington Wizards didn't? The Houston Rockets didn't. The Oklahoma City Thunder didn't. I mean, what are we talking about here? Not to mention the Utah Jazz, they don't even want Russ. They're going to buy him out. So, like I said, you dudes, man, listen, it's comical at this point. Keep the same energy for everybody else, man. If Russell Westbrook is the scapegoat, Rob Parker, then what is Kyrie Irving?
But in this case, I just don't know how you could celebrate. Don't get me wrong, but there's no reason to celebrate.
No.
Right?
Because Russell, look,
if you got Kyrie, you celebrate.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
If they got Kyrie,
you celebrate.
There would be no excuse not to win the West. I'm not saying it'd be automatic because you need luck, things happen.
And
but
you don't you don't know about AD and his health.
Right.
But there's a lot of things that would have to
healthy,
go right.
AD and Kyrie and LeBron. Oh my goodness! But now this, okay. I mean, they're a little better. I mean, really.
But
and Byron was right, Robin, when he said, "Look, bottom line is it still about AD?"
It is about AD, and you saw last night LeBron has the big night, breaks the record, and AD has 13 points.
All the hand-wringing on the help LeBron doesn't have. I still think he's a top 10 player in the league. He's the only top 10 player with a top 10 teammate. Like when Anthony Davis is healthy and playing well, he's clearly
And
top
we've
10.
seen earlier this year, Chris, when he was healthy, he was balling out.
He's killing. And it's disconcerting that they still weren't winning. Right? You mentioned the 11 and 14
that's a
when AD and LeBron played.
Bad record
right.
for those players. I'm sorry.
And that wasn't all Russell Westbrook. Russell did, for all his negatives, he brought energy, he brought hustle, and D'Angelo Russell don't bring that. So D'Angelo's okay. He's fine. He fits better. He breaks the floor a little better. They'll have better spacing. But, they got a long way to go. And, these are moves. Again, I think they're slightly better, Rob, but they still have a ways to go before they really challenge. I think that one of the best things for them is that there's no world beater in the West. There is no world beater in the West.
No, I agree with that, but I don't think that they jumped over anybody today.
Yeah, I mean, they're not teams they already shouldn't have been. They already should be ahead of Oklahoma City.
Right, that's what I'm saying, right.
You should be. If you want to say now they're ahead of them, okay, maybe. But, we'll see. I mean, Darvin, he's got to do a better job. And LeBron's got to get these guys inspired, right? LeBron's been one of the best leaders we've seen in the NBA, but that means getting your guys to play hard every night. And last night they did not play hard. And so they got their work cut out for them. They did make a move. It'll appease the Laker crazies like Rob G. But at the end of the day, I'm more in your camp and Byron Scott's, Rob. But yeah, it's all right. It's okay.
Not the end of the world. Like, you didn't swing and miss.
Man, listen, Chris Broussard, man, go sit down somewhere, man. Straight up, right? Like, stop with the backhanded compliments, man. The Lakers definitely improved their ball club, man. It's obvious, all right? D'Angelo Russell is an 18-point-per-game scorer. We do shows after every Laker game, ladies and gentlemen, where I have to constantly sit and talk about how our starting backcourt of Dennis Schroeder and Patrick Beverley was getting outscored by the other team's backcourt. So now guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We've got an adequate point guard. Now we've got a shooter in Malik Beasley. Now we've got a perimeter defender in Jared Vanderbilt, something that the Lakers were missing. Also got a very young Mo Bamba. What are you talking about? The Lakers are 100% better after this trade. The Lakers 100% jumped ahead of a lot of teams in the playoff hunt in the Western Conference. But ladies and gentlemen, just stay tuned, man. Just stay tuned. But that's pretty much all I got, man, for this video. Listen, do me a favor, man. Come into the comments down below and let me know what you think about what Chris Broussard and his colleague Rob Parker had to say about the Los Angeles Lakers. In my opinion, it was complete and utter stupidity, but hey, what do I know? This was another installment of The Locker Room. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Peace.